How do I increase my self-worth?
Oof. This is it. This is it. The fact that you asked this question tells me that you're on your path.
Look, I talk about self-worth, self-esteem, and self-confidence like all the time on this channel, and that's for very good reason, because there was a long period of time in my life where I just really didn't have much self-worth at all. So I do know what that feels like. And I've had to do a lot of work to get to a point where I am today, where my self-worth has just increased massively. And I'm gonna play a video for you guys coming up in just a minute that came across my Instagram feed just the other day, and I wanna talk about it because it really hit home for me, and I think it might hit home for some of you guys as well. And I know I've complained about social media algorithms in the past, but something like this video that you're about to see, seeking out and engaging with this type of content on social media can actually be somewhat beneficial, especially if you're walking your path of self-improvement, because you can actually help maybe train the algorithm to show you content that you're interested in by engaging with and seeking out that same type of content. But if you engage with that doom and gloom negative content, that's what the algorithm is going to show you. But on the other hand, if you engage with positive and motivational content, that's what it's going to show you. All right, so let me show you this clip. And just for the record, I don't follow this account and I don't know who the speaker is. If you do, let me know. The algorithm just basically fed it to me and I liked it, so let's take a look.
How do I increase my self-worth?
Oof. Oof. This is it. This is it. The fact that you asked this question tells me that you're on your path, because your self-worth was your ceiling. You will never, ever, ever, ever go higher than your level of self-worth. Your earning potential, you're never going to make more than what you believe you're worthy of. You'll never be in a relationship that's better than what you think you're worthy of. You'll never eat foods that you feel as though are less worthy than what you are. Everything will meet right at the level of your self-worth. So this is what people don't realize. For me to increase the quality of my life, I had to increase my level of self-worth. The only way to increase my level of self-worth was to remove the things that made me feel unworthy. And that can be painful. That can be uncomfortable. When I got to go into my closets and sit with my demons, the boogeyman who's attached to my trauma, it hurts. It's painful. But as you start to clear that away, your self-worth will slowly increase. Now, because my self-worth is increasing, I won't settle for the BS anymore. Not in conversation, not in thought either. I won't entertain these negative thoughts. I won't act on these negative thoughts. So this is really the one-stop shop.
I absolutely love that. And let me just say something really quick here. Everybody out here in the manosphere is talking about like having confidence and how to increase your self-confidence or how to be a more confident man. Hear me when I say this. Confidence starts with self-worth. It has to. There's no other way around it. I mean, think about it. How can you have self-confidence and stick up for yourself if you don't think you're worth anything? How much do you value yourself? How much BS do you allow in your life, and how much of that BS do you allow yourself to tolerate? Think about that. Now, really quick, I've got a lot more to talk about and more little segments of this video to unpack, but I wanted to let you know right up front that if you're working on yourself and you're working on increasing your self-worth and you're not quite sure what the next step is, one thing that you might consider is talking with a professional. And that's why BetterHelp came on board as the sponsor of this video. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% done online. When you use BetterHelp, it's super easy to sign up and get matched with the therapist. Then you can tap into their network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with all sorts of things in your life that you might be dealing with, including your self-worth. There's going to be a link down below in the description to betterhelp.com/fashion. Clicking that link gets you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so that you can connect with the therapist and just give it a try to see if it helps you out. All you do is answer a couple questions about your needs and your preferences. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from this huge, massive network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or even video. And you can message your therapist at any time and schedule those live sessions when it's convenient for you. And because finding a therapist can be a little bit like blind dating initially, and if you really don't click with that initial therapist, which can be relatively common once you get started, you can easily switch to a brand new therapist for absolutely free without having to worry about finding somebody else who might be in your insurance network. So if you are struggling, please consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Just click the link down below in the description or just visit betterhelp.com/fashion. The link is right down below, and thank you BetterHelp for supporting my channel and for sponsoring today's video. Okay, let me replay this little segment where he mentions self-worth being your ceiling.
You will never, ever, ever, ever go higher than your level of self-worth. Your earning potential, you're never going to make more than what you believe you're worthy of. You'll never be in a relationship that's better than what you think you're worthy of.
Man, it's wild, right? Because it's absolutely true. If you don't think you're worthy of achieving more or attaining more or making more money or finding the right partner, you just won't. And it's really that simple. Now, sure, we can all sit here and say, like, yeah, of course I'm worthy of achieving more, and of course I'm worthy of finding love. But these are the hard questions. Are you really? Have you done the work? And are you the person that you would want to be with? Now let's take a look at this part again.
So this is what people don't realize. For me to increase the quality of my life, I had to increase my level of self-worth. The only way to increase my level of self-worth was to remove the things that made me feel unworthy. And that can be painful. That can be uncomfortable. When I got to go into my closets and sit with my demons, the boogeyman who's attached to my trauma, it hurts. It's painful.
The only way to increase my level of self-worth was to remove the things that made me feel unworthy. That's absolutely huge. And in most cases, those things that make you feel unworthy are actually people. I mean, look, you might be in a relationship with someone who makes you feel like crap. They make you feel like everything is your fault and that you're the reason for all the issues and arguments that you guys have. And when you come to that person with a problem, or maybe just to tell them that something they did made you feel disrespected, they somehow have this way of turning everything around to make it your fault. Then, somehow, you end up apologizing just for having a feeling, just to make that argument stop and go away. These people are holding you back. And I know, it's difficult, but if you know deep down that someone isn't good for you, you need to remove them from your life. But John, I just turned 60 and I'm going to retire in a couple years, and starting over at this stage in life is just way too hard. Okay, fine. You can spend the next 27 years of your life being miserable, or you can spend it living your best life. And look, guys, just for the record, I am not advising anybody just run out and get a divorce, and I'm not a therapist. That's what BetterHelp is for. I just want the best for you, and I want you to be happy. Let's take a look at this next bit.
But as you start to clear that away, your self-worth will slowly increase. Now, because my self-worth is increasing, I won't settle for the BS anymore. Not in conversation, not in thought either. I won't entertain these negative thoughts. I won't act on these negative thoughts.
This right here is absolutely gold. It's crazy how this happens, because once your level of self-worth increases, you recognize BS really quick, right? You get to a point where you simply will not tolerate useless drama, mistreatment, or negativity. You'll reach a point in your life where you simply don't have room for anything that doesn't serve you. Because honestly, think about it this way. People who are miserable treat other people with misery. People who leave anonymous hate comments on the internet are generally hateful, unhappy people. And what do they say? Hurt people hurt people. And once your self-worth gets to a certain point, all of that just goes away. Your readiness to criticize someone, or always seeing the negative side, or constantly complaining about all those things that you can't even control, all that just starts to go away. Because why complain about something that you can't control, especially politics and taxes? Why criticize that guy walking on the other side of the street because you don't like the way he looks? If you live in a world of negativity, you'll be negative. If you live in a world of positivity and high self-worth, you will be a positive person with high self-worth, high self-value, and you just won't tolerate BS. I love you guys. I really, really do. And I also recognize that I'm over here trying to teach a bunch of old dogs new tricks because, face it, my demographic is mostly grown-up, middle-aged men. And a lot of these guys are set in their ways and they believe that whatever they're doing right now is working, and why bother trying to change or improve? And I got no problem with that. I really don't. If you're happy, that's terrific. But if you're not, and something in this video maybe struck a chord with you, all I'm saying is that there's room for improvement. And just one last thing before you guys take off, let me just leave you with this. It's never too late and you're never too old to make a change in your life or start something new. Please subscribe if you're not already. And with that, my friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.